happy music, so fun. I think we all want to get in there and sing with her.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Everybody will
Our inspirational reading today comes from a pink book called Love Answers All. And the pink books are channeled messages from a group of adult sensitives, anonymous group called the Brotherhood of the Followers of the Present Jesus. And this particular reading is on page 58, for those that may own the book, under the title Spirit Eternal. Let your love shine out to everyone around you. It is not always necessary to speak words of love. Some people are not ready to hear these words, but they do respond to the Christ light and the Christ love. Shine the Christ light and the Christ love wherever you are. This is something you can do consciously. It is an important part of our work, and I ask you to help me in this way. Feeling the Christ love is easy. Center your thoughts and feel love. Centering relaxes. It lifts. Harmonize your life by centering your thoughts within yourself where you feel the Christ love. You have your own place in your being that you recognize when you feel centered in the Christ. Go there often. You grow in awareness and you will be lifted. And so it is. Thank you, God. Our speaker today is a longtime TIC member. She is a minister with the teaching of the inner Christ. She is an artist and a teacher, and I know her to have a gentle, loving, empathetic spirit. Speaking today on I See My World with the Eyes of Love. Please welcome Reverend Elaine Fuller-Zachey.
Thank you so very much. Well, before we get started, please let me know if you cannot hear me. Do this. I'll pay attention, all right? Let me know, because I don't want to just stand up here and talk and nobody hear. That's no good for you or for me. All right, I see my world with the eyes of love. Well, love actually is the rightness of the universe. That is the reality, the rightness of all of its workings all of the time. Somehow it all fits together perfectly. Well, that's pretty big, right? Isn't it? I heard Reverend Dr. Ann Meyer McKeever, co-founder of Teaching of the Inner Christ, or TIC, say repeatedly that love was the only real emotion. She explained that there were different levels of love, from hate, the lowest, to spiritual, all-inclusive love that is overtly of God. It's God's love. Love is the only power, by Anne Delamo, expresses that love is the only and all thing that is. It's the only power, the only reality. And the Apostle John expressed, God is love. When a person communicates with their inner Christ, that is the place within each of us where we recognize God, the reality of our being. when we communicate with this inner Christ, we feel and realize Christ's love from the center of our own being. We have a new capacity, a new strength of love through seeing the Christ, or God made manifest as earthly beings. We can look into the book Being of Christ to find out more about this. On page 53 you can find more. We can feel or experience God, wonder, love, joy more deeply within. Page 183 or thereabouts. Being of Christ, it's a good book. Love just is. We all have it. We all are it. It doesn't get found or go away because it's always there. When we experience God or love, when we can feel the spiritual power and the Christ love in our souls and our very bodies, then we can say that we know something of God. What we experience through feeling changes our lives for the better. It changes others' lives for the better also. Being of Christ states, feel your beliefs, your contact with God, your love for God, and your oneness. That which you feel, you know. Babaji states, Babaji, who is a being at the Christ level, as Jesus. Babaji states, feeling is the deep mind, a deeper knowing than the intellect. Feeling senses spiritual vibrations of harmony, peace, and love, and it's how we contact spirit. When I meditate, I sharpen my awareness of Christ's love. I sense an expansion of what I am, who I am, beyond my own brain, beyond my head, into that which seems not to be me. I sense the universe, its grandeur, its power, its rightness of being. I go there, calmly, beautifully. All that exists as part of this rightness of being. And it exists without ever having not existed. And somehow I realize this. I go into it. There's an unending, almost breathless sense of unendingness, of motion, of power, of life within the blackness and the brilliance of stars, of novas exploding into life. It's the movement of God. It's a breathing in and out of God, you could say. So we realize this sense of oneness, each in our own way, with our Christ contact as taught in the first TIC course, Inner Sensitivity. The textbook Being a Christ by Ann and Peter Meyer can be purchased here, right? And prepare for the course that leader teacher Jennifer Allen Prather is going to be teaching soon. It's written by Ann and Peter Meyer. Log on to teachingoftheinnerchrist.com to get a copy, or call 619-477-7007 and order one. People watching? It's easy peasy, and you get a great book containing wisdom and truth, lessons in meditation, objectivity and subjectivity, self-realization, Christ contact, prayer, and parapsychology. Lots of stuff. There's also more information on the inner Christ, right choices in life, mental inhibitors and opposing truths, more about prayer, which is critical, the changeless God, as well as learning, service, and worship. It's worth it, getting into these things. It's really good. Maybe we already had our inner Christ contact, the realization that we are of God. Maybe we didn't know what it was. Maybe we had it before even hearing about teaching of the inner Christ. I experienced that contact as a child in upstate New York, in a field at my grandfather's farm. And I experienced it later as a young San Diego State University student here in San Diego. At that time I communicated with a blue, gentle Jesus. So gentle, so beautiful. Neither of these experiences frightened me. They were just natural and wonderful. And my spiritual instructor at the time suggested that I ask this gentle blue love if he came in the name of the Christ. So I did. He laughed softly. I kind of felt his laughter instead of hearing it. He asked, "Who do you think I am?" And I knew. I knew before I asked. I just wanted to confirm. Jesus is still my inner Christ. I like to meditate with my inner Christ guidance and allow my awareness to flow into colors around me. For example, grass. Grass is good. Long, uncut, green, strong. Visualize it. Verdant spears that shine in the sun and may already have the golden tips, golden brown tips, the hallmark of summer, right? Grass grows in dense circular clumps of life, and they reach upward toward the sun. Bodies of these grasses mix the gold of the sun with the blue of the sky to render the emerald hue. Each finger is a unique breath of God. Think of that. Each one is unique. No two alike. Naturally, I see grass that needs to be cut. And weeds that need to be tamed. Maybe live somewhere else. Yet I realize that these are all the breath of God's life, all amazing, beautiful, and wonderful. I love it all. I thank wonderful God for this realization, for seeing with the eyes of love. I see with the eyes of love this senior organization that works through San Diego's Park de la Cruz, as well as other sites. I see with the eyes of love all the people whose efforts help run the senior centers, including the volunteers. There are lots of volunteers. They make the many activities possible. That includes $1 senior lunches. No joke, $1, you go. Technology classes, wonderful. A gym, and Saturday morning walks that are wonderful. I accept this love. I recognize it. I'm thankful for it. I go there for love, for learning, for friendship. Oh, and exercise too. I know I'm in the middle of God when I'm at the park. If you're a local senior, there's a publication called The Scroll. It says The Scroll. Can you see this? Yes, no? If not, talk to me after the service. It's called The Scroll. It tells about the wonderful senior activities that are available. You can order one on the web. You can you can do The Scroll at sandiego.gov and order. Or you can call 619-525-8247 and get on the mailing list. It's worth it. It's great. I took a Zoom class at Park de la Cruz. The instructor was wonderfully patient and clear in his instruction. It was really great. He paused to answer questions and concerns and demonstrated the lessons on a screen. Then he held a question and answer session. He also agreed to email a printout of the lesson, or get it to us in another way, so we can review it at home. He's presenting other group Zoom lessons also, and repeating the ones. They're for anybody who wants. So I'll take them. I recognize this is love. I see it. It's caring, love in action. The instructor is a volunteer, and the classes are gifts. I accept this so gratefully. I thank wonderful God. I was a teacher for years, and now I'm a happy student. It's a circle. It's a circle. Thank you, God. I also thank God for the gift of animal food. For years, I donated to the Helen Woodward Animal Center, especially Animeals, which provides canned and dry food to companion animals of seniors. Now I'm on the other end of this agreement. I received 2 boxes of canned food, cat food, 100 cans. At first I felt guilt that I shouldn't get the food. I donated to them, and I felt weird receiving, But I realized that it's the right thing for me to do right now. And my cats deserve it. They deserve this good stuff. It's me in the circle, right? It's on the other end if you want to make a line of the agreement. How can you donate when nobody's going to receive? That doesn't make sense. So receiving is good. And God's love is in this circulation. I see it. They have dog food too. I'm grateful. I'm just so amazed. I see my world with the eyes of love more and more than ever. It's an intense sensation at times. And here's some homework for all of us. I was a teacher. Okay? Open your eyes. See the world with eyes of love. See the world with eyes of love. Think about it. You can do this at home. How do you see the world with eyes of love? Think about this. You can do this at home. So I thank you for your attention.